Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. And it's the 1st of June. Not quite catalogue time, that's Wednesday. But I've got a project here for you today, and I have remade it in 3 different sizes, but this requires no cutting. It doesn't even require a scoring tool, no gluing. It holds itself together and pops open like this. Can't take any credit whatsoever for the design. I was on Pinterest, and it was one of those sponsored adverts for how to keep your children entertained that came up, and I do you know what? I think it was the supermarket, but there wasn't particularly any designer, and I thought that's really clever. And it didn't say what size paper; it only showed the method. So I went with the 6x6 piece of paper and came up with this one. And thought, you can't put anything in that. That's no good. I want lots of treats in my boxes. So I then went 8x8 inches, and I thought, yeah, that's okay. Let's try a 12x12, which is this one. And it opens exactly the same way. The same method works as long as you've got a square piece of paper. I liked that one. It's not the most frugal on paper, so I'm going to go 8x8 for the one I'm going to show you. But I'm not going to make it first. I'm going to stamp first because, you know, I'm going to tease you. So I've got Forever Fern and the Forever Flourishing dies, which are just sublime. I love the fact that we've got leaf shapes and fern shapes, obviously, but we've got the outlines for these as well. They are just gorgeous. So I'm going to pick 3 because I've got my 3 different colours. I like this. I want to call it Bubbles. I don't know. I have no idea what flower that is or what leaf it is, but I'm calling it the bubbly one. I'm going to have one of those, and one of those, I reckon. Actually, that might be a bit big. I'm going to go this one. So there's my 3. Pop those off to one side, grab some blocks. So I've just picked a random mixture. So I've got a D block and a couple of C blocks. Probably ought to have some white paper, white cardstock. We'll just go big. So, garden green. So we've got all sorts of different greens in this dice, in the paper. So it's the paper, the whole suite, I think it's called Forever Greenery. But we've got lots of different greens. Which one did I just do? That one. In fact, I believe it's all of our greens are in it. I haven't yet got Just Jade. That's okay. I can be patient. Ish. But that's okay. I can do that. So stamp those. I'm going to hack that off so I can run it through my die cutter. God, this thing's getting a workout these last few weeks. I don't die cut anywhere near enough, so I'm making up for lost time. Right, so here's all my dies that I've apparently put back upside down. And this particular image here, there's a left and a right, and the dies, we've got a left and a right, and typically the one that came out is not the one I wanted. Oh well. Stuck itself down. There we go. So, which one do I want? I want this one. The other way up. I want my bubbly one. You're all horticulturalists, and I'm sure you're all telling... Oh, and I need a clear plate first. You're all telling me exactly what flower that is, but seriously, I'm just going to call it the bubbly one. That makes sense in my head. It's probably cuckoo spit or something like that, isn't it? That's about the only thing I remember from my childhood. Childhood on Horsell Common, doing youth group challenges, and yeah, going face first into a bunch of cuckoo spit. Lovely. Horsell Common, for those who don't know, is where War of the Worlds was set. You probably all know that one. Right, so they're all die cut. Look at that. I love it when our dies are such good quality. Straight through. So I'm going to put those to one side. Show you how to make the magical bag, because it's a lot of fun. Right, and I want this pattern out, but to be fair, it doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold. I'm not doing any scoring at all. I'm folding. So I'm going to fold a bit towards me. There's no right or wrong to how much, but basically it's going to be the bit you grip onto. So there's more and less depending on the size. So what did I say this was? 9 by 9, this paper. Okay, so I folded that and burnished it, and I'm going to unfold it now. I'm going to fold these over just lightly, and what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing to see that I've got about an inch overlap, just roughly, but obviously from the angle that you're watching at, you can't see that, but from the angle I'm looking at it at sort of a sideways angle, so I can see what I'm doing. And just bring down and burnish. And apparently I did not cut my paper straight. I didn't cut my paper straight at all. Okay, no problem. Right, so I'm going to wrap that back. I'm turning those bits over again. Reburnish. Reburnish. Okay. Now is where the fun starts. So the whole thing, we're all folded up. There's no gluing going on. What I'm going to do is I'm folding up, and those two bits are going to tuck under. Oh, actually, I forgot a stage. Okay, let me try that again. So I need to tuck this bit under here. Forgot that bit. Okay. This is going to tuck under both of those. And you might need to do a little bit of jostling to get it under. That's okay, but it will go, and you just keep pushing, and you'll feel when you've gone as far as it will possibly go, and you've got a nice little loop there. When it can't push in any further, get your bone folder and push it down really hard. Okay, so it's all flat. Now the fun happens. So hang on to your finger there, because you know that's the middle, and push, and you're giving it, you're telling the paper what to do. You really are. This is where we've got the overlap on this side, but you're manipulating and you're pushing that cardstock. So you can see it's all smooth lines here, which is nice, but it's not going to keep it shut. So just pinch along those smooth lines. Just pinching across that smooth line to make a point. Okay, so you see that's all triangulated off now. And the same over here. So again, I've got this smooth here, but I'm starting at the bottom corner and going up to this one. Just pinch. And again round here, pinch. And that is holding itself closed. And you can pop it open, put your treats and goodies inside, and closed. Brilliant. Now, you might not like this bit here. I don't like that bit here, that bit there. So that's the one bit where I got my scissors. You can see it's just overlapped very slightly there, and I trimmed off. So you bring it back into the open position and just trim a little bit off. And then when it's back closed, you grab a glue dot. Oh, and you tear a tape that stuck itself to you. There's my glue dots underneath my fan. I'll show you my fan in a second. And that just stops it gaping open. But that's all the gluing you need. It's brilliant. How cool is that? Like I say, can't take any credit whatsoever for it. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little bits. I might have gone a little bit too deep on that one. Make it shallower next time. I'm going to grab my die cut shapes. I'll put one on the back of each of those. and pop them on. I think I'm going to put them there. And those, so there's the other one. That's the very big one. So let's come in again. So this is 6 by 6. This one is 8 by 8, 9 by 9 and 12 by 12. So like I said, I've maybe made that bit a little bit too deep, but you'll know. So practice on some, I'd say some lesser quality paper, but you might not get the same result. But practice first on some paper you don't mind. And yeah, it's just brilliant. I just think that's really cool. I love how they look. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Back here on YouTube on Wednesday with the sweetest project ever. The new catalogue launch day. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Speak to you ever so soon. Bye.